Okay, so as we're wrapping up the year and diving headfirst into all the holiday stuff,
Hmm.
we're taking a little bit of a different approach to this deep dive.
Okay.
All that
Yeah.
talk about the true meaning of the holidays.
Right, right.
Well, we're gonna try to get to the bottom of that
Okay.
using a single source.
Interesting.
It's a segment from Coffee Talk with Gerson Torres,
Okay.
and instead of just like I don't know going over all the usual holiday things,
Yeah.
he really dives into like the core values,
Oh,
like
okay.
introspection, thankfulness, connection, all that good stuff.
Nice.
So let's unpack it.
Yeah, it's really fascinating how Torres kind of like frames it all. He doesn't just like present them as these like, feel good holiday sentiments. It's
Right.
it's deeper. He's arguing that they're really essential for navigating like our world today,
Yeah.
especially when it seems like everything is so
Divided.
divided. Exactly. It's like everyone's focusing on what separates us, not what we share.
And it really hit me like that whole idea of putting our differences aside and like actually focusing on our shared humanity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so easy to get caught up in like what makes us different.
Oh, absolutely.
But ultimately, we're all, in this together.
We are. We are. I think that's a message that resonates really deeply, especially during this time of year.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of cultures and traditions, regardless of what you believe, they emphasize this idea of unity and compassion. It's
Mm.
about realizing we're part of something bigger than ourselves,
Okay.
even with all our
And
differences.
and then he brings up these three like powerful words: love, peace, and hope.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little mantra for the holidays.
It is, yeah.
But he doesn't stop at just saying they're important.
No, no, he goes deeper.
Right.
Yeah, he argues that they're actually like deeply rooted in our psychology and what we need as humans.
That's interesting.
Like, take love, for example. It's not just some fluffy feeling. We know that having those strong social connections is essential for our well-being.
Yeah.
It's like as vital as like, food and shelter.
Makes sense.
And then there's peace, right?
Yeah, you can't really have those strong connections if you're constantly feeling like anxious or threatened.
Exactly. Peace is about that longing for stability
Hmm.
and that harmony we all crave, especially after a year like this one, with all the craziness.
For sure, for sure.
They've done studies,
Yeah.
on stress and resilience, and they show just how crucial that sense of peace is
Right.
for both our mental and physical health.
It's wild how connected it all is.
It is.
And then, of course, there's hope.
Yes, hope.
It's such a powerful emotion.
It really is. It's that spark of optimism,
Yeah.
like that belief that things can and will get better.
Mm.
It's like the fuel that keeps us going when things get rough.
Yeah, totally.
And you know what? There's even research that suggests that hope can actually like boost your immune system.
Really?
Yeah. And help you recover from illness faster.
It's amazing how these like seemingly simple words, they're actually tied to such like fundamental human needs.
Absolutely.
But Torres doesn't stop at just defining them, right? He's
Yeah.
like, okay, now go further.
Yeah.
Extend them beyond your immediate circle.
Mhm.
Spread them to everyone.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter what their background is, what they believe.
He's really advocating for what some call radical empathy.
That's a great way to put it.
It's like, being able to step outside of our own little bubbles
Hmm.
and genuinely understand what other people are going through,
Yeah,
even those we might totally disagree with.
right.
And there are studies showing that this type of empathy,
Yeah.
it can actually reduce prejudice and like get people working together.
It's such a powerful call to action. So if we're taking all of this in,
Mm-hmm.
what does it actually mean for us as we head into the holidays?
Well, I think Torres is reminding us that this time of year, it's like a special opportunity to connect with each other
Yeah.
on a deeper level and embrace those values that can really make a difference. Like it's a chance to actually put those ideas of love, peace, and hope
Yeah.
into action, not just talk about them.
That reminds me of this time I totally misjudged someone because I was so caught up in my own perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I actually like took the time to listen to them
Yeah.
that I realized, wow, we actually have a lot in common.
It's amazing how powerful a shift in perspective can be, right?
It really is.
And it doesn't have to be some big grand gesture,
Mhm.
even small things, like everyday things,
Everyday.
like holding the door for a stranger, offering a kind word,
Yeah.
just listening to someone without judging them.
Hmm.
These all contribute to a more compassionate and connected world.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to think about.
Mhm.
How can you embody these values
Mhm.
not just during the holidays, but
Yeah.
all year round.
Yeah.
What small actions can you take to spread hope, love, and peace in your own life?
It's a good question to consider.
It is.
Even those smallest acts of kindness, they can create a ripple effect
Totally.
and make the world a little bit more hopeful.
Couldn't have said better myself.
Mm.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the heart of the holidays.